Welcome to Playfully Orange, our conversations on Tuesdays on Thursdays. This is Thursday, yeah. Thursdays about arts and culture here in Central Florida. My guest today is Lori Turchin. Welcome, Lori.
Hey everyone. Thank you, Terry.
So Lori is a film person. Not only do you teach at Full Sail, but you are the manager of the Global Peace Film Festival, the curator for Fusion Fest film program, and I know you've been to some other film festivals around. What got you into film?
Well, I think growing up, what was on TV was old films. So I kind of had that background. And literally it was a friend that I know since I'm 3, who when I was at Brooklyn College told me to take the Film 101 class because it was an easy A. And I was like, oh my God, I can go to college, watch movies and smoke cigarettes. I'm there. It was late 70s.
Was it an easy A?
No, it wasn't an easy A. He was a hard teacher, but I had some really hard teachers at Brooklyn College, and I thank God for them because I didn't think as highly of my professors at San Diego State, although I had some fantastic ones there. You had to really know your shit at Brooklyn College.
So from Brooklyn College, you went to San Diego?
Yeah. And then, I got a degree in film, so it was only natural to move to LA after that. And a lot of my fellow film students did. And, I stayed with this one. I also had some family there. So yeah, it took me about 2 weeks of calling everyone and anyone, and I had a job. So.
What brought you to Central Florida?
Well, actually, it was a TV show that was supposed to last 9 months, and that was 31 years ago. That job only lasted 2 weeks, but I didn't have the money to get back to California. So I went home to New York, licked my wounds, came back and started over again. And I have to say, I've been here for I think this will be 32 years now. And it's just become home, and I've seen the arts world just really grow. I mean, we didn't have nearly as many film festivals, 32 years ago as we do now, in the world in general, never mind Orlando. So yeah, it's really gone big and getting bigger.
How did you get involved with the Global Peace Film Festival?
Well, it's all about who you know. It's about networking, something we have lost during COVID, but the woman who was then the venue manager hired me to do just one venue. And after about 3 years, Nina, the executive director of Global Peace, asked me to be the festival manager and run shotgun over all 3 venues. And, I run point, logistics, who's on the guest list, what time are the doors opening? Did we go in and sanitize the auditorium? Did we take the temperature? I'm someone who makes stuff happen,
You get things done.
I get things done. And I think what I love the most about the Global Peace Film Festival, because we were talking earlier, and I'm not really a film festival person as so much as I am just a film person, but it's a festival where a lot of the filmmakers didn't start out as filmmakers. They started out people that had a passion for whatever, clean water, no more bottled drinking water, slavery, human trafficking, and film just became a medium for them to tell their story. And, more and more, most people don't read a book anymore. I mean, personally, I watch documentaries ad infinitum, ad nauseum when I want to know about something,
So Global Peace Film Festival is primarily documentary films.
Yes, it's all documentary films. Yeah.
And that's the genre that you have really gravitated towards. And that's the Fusion Fest migration films are also documentary.
Yes, they're mini documentaries. And I have to tell you, it's really one of the, again, uplifting. I get to see so many filmmakers, especially the student filmmakers. And I guess that's because I'm a teacher. I think I've always been a teacher. Even when I worked professionally, I was always, like, what department do you like? I'll make sure you get to help out there if, the opportunity arises. So it's been really nice seeing a lot of people grow from being students or even professionally. It's fantastic. I just, Ashley Mauser, who I think has done some stuff for Fusion Fest, is doing a fashion show. And I seem to be the person people want to ask when they need video done, but they don't want to pay a lot of money because they know I know students. So it's become a great proving ground. I have this little like farm of film students that need experience, and I can provide that for them. And that makes me very happy. I can't
Great.
pay the mortgage with that, but it makes me happy spiritually.
What have been some favorite or memorable documentaries that you've seen or been involved with?
Well, my latest favorite one is about World War II. Five came back, about five filmmakers, professional filmmakers: Frank Capra, Daryl Zanuck, John Ford, who, if you've ever seen a Western film, it was probably made by John Ford. And it fascinates me because these men went to war to film it. And at times they did recreate stuff, but it's also the first time that there was a great usage of color film, and that came in the form of 16 millimeter.
And that's
uh,
World War II you're talking about.
World War II. Yeah. I mean, it's a war that we're used to seeing in black and white. And when I see, there's actually a show on the History Channel, World War II in color, that it's not colorized film, it's actually 16 millimeter film. And I don't know why, again, maybe just because it's a war we're used to seeing in black and white, and somehow that doesn't make it as gritty as when you see it in color, and you see the dirty faces and the sweat, on the sailors. And, it's just fascinating to me. And, what's even more interesting is, full circle, it's that technology that really allowed documentaries to become what they've become. I mean, we live in the golden age of documentary. I mean, how many channels do you have? How many streaming services do you have? They all need content. And the bottom line is, reality TV is documentary style, and that style of filming is just very inexpensive. No one's expecting great lighting necessarily. Documentaries get a lot of sort of technical leeway because sometimes you're just having to catch stuff on the fly when you can, if you can. I hearken back to Roger Moore trying to, or Michael Moore rather, trying to interview Roger of Roger and Me, his first documentary that really broke through. And they're at the doors of GM, trying to get through. And he's just like, we just want to talk to him. And so the lighting isn't great, but it's not what it's about. It's not about the great beauty lighting. It's about getting what's going on, capturing a moment. And I think that's what I really love about documentaries. And they're all kinds. I mean, there's historical, there's cultural, there's a documentary for everybody. For those of you that really love documentaries, there is a site, Canopy with a K. And if you have an Orange County Library card, you can rent like 5 or 6 movies a month. And that is a great resource that is free if you have a library card. And they have a lot of independent films, documentary films, just all kinds of stuff. It's sort of a rabbit hole.
That's kanopy.com.
Uh-huh.
All right.
But you can't just, like, as an individual, like I have access to it via an educational institution. But if you don't have that, like if you're UCF, you have access to Canopy. If you're at Full Sail, you have access to Canopy. Most educational institutions have it at this point. But if you don't have that, you can go, and a lot of other throughout the nation, public libraries have that service, although not in New York.
So the Global Peace Film Festival is like the end of September, beginning of October.
Yes, it actually takes place during International Peace Week.
All right.
It's the third week in September.
And at that festival, the Fusion Fest migration films make their premiere, and then they're shown at Fusion Fest, which is Thanksgiving weekend.
Yes.
But you've developed a program for seeing those not just once a year, right?
Yes, we have on the second Tuesdays of every month, we have watch parties. We try and align them with any celebrations that are going on that month. This coming Tuesday, February 8th, we have Alex Wang, who, oddly enough, and this is what I love about all of what I do is I met Alvin teaching a class at UCF, film history, and he ended up like 3 years, 4 years later being a subject of one of our films, quite serendipitously. So we're also going to share Alex Wang's recipe for Chinese pork and beans, which is nothing like American pork and beans. I'm so excited I have the recipe. Not that I probably will ever make it because I don't cook anymore, but and we also have Masami, who is an amazing artist. I'm just so enjoying being her friend on Facebook. She just live performance art, you name it. She doesn't back down from anything. I love it.
So anyone can join those at the Facebook at Fusion Fest Orlando.
Yep, at 7 o'clock on this coming Tuesday, February 8th. And we'll be celebrating the Year of the Tiger.
All right.
I understand that if you, during the Chinese New Year, you don't cut noodles. It's bad luck that you eat very long noodles, is what I found. You know, that's the other thing about doing the Fusion Fest films is I get to meet all these people from different cultures and heritages, and it's just so wonderful, you know, to learn their traditions and whatever.
Great. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Lori. Thank you, other people, for watching this and getting to know a little bit about Lori and film here in Central Florida. And we encourage you to watch also on Tuesdays our Diverse Orange Conversations about diversity here in Central Florida. And there's lots happening. So get out and enjoy the arts. And next Tuesday night,
dining.
and yes, the monthly Diversitastic Dining is a great experience as well if you want to combine cuisine and culture. So thanks, everyone. Bye now.
Bye-bye. Thank you.